In this video, we will discuss about alcohol metabolism. Alcohol has the same molecular structure as fuel ethanol, and this alcohol, it is poisonous to human body. Many of the effects associated with consuming alcohol is actually a result of its toxic impact on the body or the body's method of coping with the toxin. And when alcohol is consumed, the body immediately tries to eliminate it. It is also a drug that can form both dependency and addiction. The route taken by alcohol during consumption is as follows. That is, in the mouth, alcohol is diluted by saliva before being swallowed, and some amount is immediately absorbed from the mouth itself. Then it moves to the stomach. More alcohol it is absorbed here, irritating the lining of stomach and increasing the acidity. Then any remaining alcohol is passed into the small intestine, and small intestine is the site of most of the alcohol absorption. Then this alcohol, it quickly diffuses through the body, affecting almost all the cells. It can cross the blood-brain barrier and it will affect the central nervous system. The site of alcohol metabolism is liver. In the liver, alcohol is metabolized and it is excreted through urine, lungs and sweat. The metabolism of alcohol is the process in which the body converts alcohol into a less toxic substance. It has 3 steps. Consumption, which means getting the liquid into the body, then absorbing the alcohol into the bloodstream, then the processing. So the processing include conversion of alcohol to acetaldehyde, then this acetaldehyde is converted to acetate. As we said, the metabolism of alcohol, it occurs in the liver. Liver has 2 enzymes, alcohol dehydrogenase and aldehyde dehydrogenase. Alcohol, it is first converted into acetaldehyde by the enzyme alcohol dehydrogenase. Aldehyde is toxic, which in excess may lead to cell death. In this acetaldehyde, it is converted to acetate by the second enzyme aldehyde dehydrogenase, and acetate is converted to acetyl coenzyme A. So, liver has 2 enzymes, alcohol dehydrogenase and aldehyde dehydrogenase. Alcohol dehydrogenase, it is NAD dependent cytoplasmic enzyme which will oxidize ethanol to acetaldehyde. Aldehyde dehydrogenase, it is a mitochondrial NAD dependent enzyme, and the activity of alcohol dehydrogenase is more than aldehyde dehydrogenase. So, in liver, ethanol, it is converted to acetaldehyde by the enzyme alcohol dehydrogenase, then this acetaldehyde is converted to acetate by the enzyme aldehyde dehydrogenase. Similarly, methanol, it is converted to formaldehyde by alcohol dehydrogenase, and formaldehyde is converted to formate by aldehyde dehydrogenase. Now, coming to the biochemical changes in alcoholism. Both oxidation steps, that is conversion of alcohol to aldehyde and later the conversion of aldehyde to acetate, both these oxidation steps that will produce NADH, resulting in high NADH-NAD ratio. As a result of this high NADH-NAD ratio, several metabolic changes take place. That is, in the cytoplasm, high NADH level, it will favor the conversion of pyruvate to lactate, and lactate gets accumulated, leading to lactic acidosis. Deficiency of pyruvate, it will lead to inadequate formation of oxaloacetate. Due to the inadequate formation of oxaloacetate, there is depression of gluconeogenesis leading to hypoglycemia. Reduced oxaloacetate, decreased pyruvate and high NADH level, that will cause suppression of TCA cycle. Since there is a suppression of TCA cycle, acetyl CoA will be accumulated. It cannot be completely oxidized through TCA cycle. So, it get accumulated, which will favor ketogenesis. So, there will be lactic acidosis, that is high NADH level will stimulate the conversion of pyruvate to lactate. So, lactate is accumulated, that will lead to lactic acidosis. Availability of oxaloacetate is decreased, so there is a decrease in the gluconeogenesis. Decreased pyruvate, decreased oxaloacetate and high NADH level will cause separation of TCA cycle. So, there will be accumulation of acetyl-CoA. Increased level of acetyl-CoA cause increased fatty acid synthesis, but the oxidation of fatty acid is not there. So, this fat it gets accumulated in liver, resulting in fatty liver. In alcohol, it will increase the release of free radical, which will lead to the damage of the mitochondria and cell death. So, you can see this is the normal liver and the liver cirrhosis. So, accumulation of fat in the liver cell, that will lead to fatty liver. Accumulation of acetaldehyde, it will lead to death of the liver cells. Then fibrous tissues will be replaced and the liver functions are reduced, which will lead to hepatic coma. Then chronic alcoholism, it will lead to the damage of liver and it will lead to liver disease, cancers of the liver and lungs. The effects of alcohol are impaired judgment, anxiety, increased urination, flushing, disrupted balance, hangovers and dehydration. So, alcohol, it will depress the central nervous system. This means that alcohol, it will slow down the rate at which the nervous system can function and communicate. So, there will be impaired judgment. In chronic alcoholics, brain ventricles will be enlarged and the neurons are lost. So, neurodegenerative changes will be set in and the memories will be affected. In alcoholics, combined with thiamine deficiency, it will lead to Wernicke's disease. Alcohol, it will inhibit the intestinal absorption of thiamine. This aldehyde, that will inhibit pyridoxal phosphate and neuritis is seen in alcoholics. So, consumption of alcohol will also cause increased self-confidence as well as decreased judgment. It is a very bad combination. Because the central nervous system is impaired, the process of creating and storing memory is also impaired. This can lead to short-term memory. But do not self-diagnose. Then hangover, it is the ill effect experienced by excess alcohol consumption. The symptoms include dehydration, irritation in the stomach, headache, nausea, etc. Then the long term effect of excess alcohol consumption include tissue damage. It is alcohol, it is an irritant to the mouth, throat and stomach, which can raise the risk of cancers to these structures. Then the liver can be overwhelmed by fatty acid, causing it to swell and lose its ability to filter other toxin, and it can lead to cirrhosis. Alcohol can permanently damage the brain cells, particularly in brain that are still developing and maturing. Then the conversion of alcohol into acetaldehyde, it causes inflammation. Then impaired judgment, loss of coordination and increased sense of confidence is deadly, and it is a fatal combination. The lab findings include increase in the serum levels of GGT and ALT, and there will be decrease in the aldehyde dehydrogenase activity in liver cells and RBC. So, the conclusion is excess alcohol use, it will cause serious health problems like cirrhosis of liver, cardiovascular problems, neurodegeneration, etc. Besides this, many exhibit multiple problems such as antisocial behavior, depression or anxiety.